Welcome to MCpodcast, aka Men of Culture Podcast, and in this episode we're going to be going over Studio Bones and basically ranking all their animes that they released, or most of them, that we think are good or bad. I'm going to start you guys off with Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and this was a perfect example of a great anime. This is an absolute S. I don't really care, I'm saying it off rip. The best thing about this is this takes you on a journey. It starts off super serious. It's like the shock factor. Once you see it, you're gonna be like caught up and in love with the show, just based on the animation, but the storytelling, and not only that, the world building and the connections that you feel with the whole brotherly love element of this show. This is definitely one of the best animes I think out there. So for Studio Bones, it's looking real good. This anime is amazing. If you haven't watched it, this is something that you need to watch. No questions asked. Yeah.
Next one on this list, the infamous My Hero Academia. Whether you hate it, whether you love it, it is a S-rank anime. It is an amazing story from start to finish. Midoriya, zero to hero in a literal sense. And once again, this anime is a complete journey of just characters and individuals of how to be a true hero. What heroism really is. It's an enjoyable watch. Studio Bones, it really cooks with this anime. The movies have always been fire. And once again, it's a definite watch. It's an S-rank anime. If anybody in the comment section says anything different, I promise you something bad won't happen. But it's an S-rank anime. My Hero Academia. Believe that.
Alright. The next on this list gotta be Norogami for me. This show was honestly one of the more early animes that I've watched, so maybe I have some bias, but something about this show, about how I felt so connected with the cast, especially his sword, just kind of the growth between all the characters and how his story was told, you know, starting off as like the poor god and, you know, with nothing to his name, and he kind of grasped more and more lessons are learned throughout the show. But this is a great show about taking on a ride and connecting to the characters, but it's also visually beautiful. Really great show. It's super captivating in how it works and the elements that they include in it, and I don't want to spoil too much, but it's a great show. A lot of growth and takes you on a ride, so this is definitely one of the ones I give an S for sure. I think it's up there contending with the big boys.
An S?
Alright, maybe an A++++.
I'll take
if FMA, A++. I got you.
Yeah, Norogami has one of the best openings too. Like,
I agree. I forgot to mention that.
The openings are just so iconic. Like, I'm hearing it right now. Play that bitch. Yeah, this is definitely a A++. Next one on this list, I'm gonna make a hot take. It's a S rank. Tanner hates this show, but
I do not hate this show.
Mob Psycho 100 is an S rank. It's from start to finish. It's just immaculate. Like, it truly is. I might be acquired taste for different people, but I definitely like this show a lot. It really does a great job at just making the powers and abilities not only like interesting and laid back, like it's not just a huge deal, but it kind of is at the same time. And there's comedic moments, there's a lot of fighting, there's some serious real life stuff that they're trying to teach you in this show too. There's just so much that goes on in this. It's a fun show that you really can sit down, watch, and not think, and it's just like, oh wow, I learned something at the end of it too. Mob Psycho 100, an S-rank anime. Now, if y'all say some shit in the comments about this one, we gonna really have some problems, because there's some boxing in that bitch too. And you know what? You get me angry like you got, I forgot the main character's name, like Mob. My points gonna go up too. Make me go to 100%. What's gonna happen? Mob Psycho S rank.
Moving on from this Mob Psycho Glazer, we've got Soul Eater. This has got to be super high up there for me, in my opinion. Of course, I grew up watching that, but there's something about each and every one of these characters in the show that feels so refreshing and so different than anything other than you watch. It doesn't feel like this character is like written by a person. It feels like they're their own person, and they all have their quirks and the way they do things, but it's just super cool how they implement these characters into the story, and it feels like the characters are the story. You see so many different sides of who's use, the Soul Eater like community, and it's just super cool. Characters are compelling. The authenticity of this show, especially with the animation, it's just a throwback, and it's super cool. And if you haven't watched the show just because it's older, you're tripping. You need to watch Soul Eater. It's gotta be, if Mob Psycho's an S, Soul Eater gotta be a goddamn S+.
I'm not gonna lie, this might be a hot take. Soul Eater might be like the best anime on this list because of some certain reasons. But listen, if you know, if you're in the know, I must just leave it at that. Hot take, but just believe that. Next one on this list this is an underrated anime. Anime is so underrated. I can't understand why people don't talk about this more. Bungo Stray Dogs. Honestly speaking, I'm gonna put it an S, but I'm gonna put an A. I'm gonna say it's an A+ anime because when it comes to like just fighting, animation, story, music, all of it has everything that you like in an anime. The characters are interesting. The sensei, everything about it, the show does a really good job, and especially if you have a taste for like, it's like detective type stuff, detective work. It's based like cops and robbers type shit with a mafia twist into it. It's definitely a different, interesting anime. I feel like you have to have a taste for it as well. But once again, this is definitely a really underrated anime. I definitely think it's like an A+. And it's definitely worth the watch. If you haven't watched Bungo Stray Dogs, they got 5 seasons. That's when you know that bitch is hot. So just trust me, this anime is really good. Go ahead and check it out. A+ anime.
Next on this list is that low-key underrated. I think kind of shown like is not talked about a lot.
It's a true gem.
It's Blast of Tempest. The way the storytelling is told and the stuff that happens off rip will like shake you to your core almost, and like really make you wonder what is happening in the situation and why it's happened. And it comes full circle at the end. Let me tell you, all your questions are answered. It's a mystery, it's a thriller, so it's going to keep you on your toes throughout the whole show. And all the characters interact so well. It's cool how they come together. The abilities are sick. I think this show just captivates you off rip with a little bit of a mystery to it, and you're always asking why and what, and at the end you find out why, which is awesome. All your questions are answered. It's a fire show. Hidden gem. This is definitely up there. I think this has got to be an A in terms of how the story is told.
I think the story is really good.
And just what it produces. A great show. Studio Bones, bro. Underrated.
This is like a OG. If you watch this anime, you know this anime, you are a true maniacal. This is an OG, like, hidden gem that no one talks about. Next one on this list is Case Study of Vantias. Really is an excellent anime. Like, no cap, it's like a vampire that has a medieval futuristic twist to it. I don't know how that makes sense, but it does. And honestly, the characters just make sense. They're like, it's a serious show, but has some comedic effects to it. Truly is something interesting. The dynamic of the two main characters. Okay, there's like bromance moments in it. I'm not gonna lie, it gets occasionally, at some points, gets a tad bit weird, but overall the show is definitely an excellent show to watch. There's so much that goes into the story. There's so much that there's more they can expand upon. I'm waiting on a season 3 because it needs that. This is an underrated gem. I don't feel like people talk about it enough. It is for sure an A+ anime. Another underrated gem, Case Study of Vantias.
I'm gonna throw in Blood Blockade, Battlefront, and Beyond. Really just think of New York and just throw everything possible into New York. Legit, from like extraterrestrial creatures, extra dimensional creatures, humans, and just aliens all alike with magic and wolves, wolverines, and vampires. I just think of everything possible in New York and just everything going down New York style.
Should just be happening in that show.
But honestly, it's really compelling because of the story behind the main character, which makes you feel bad for him, but also makes you feel like he wants to do more and to support him in that. But this show does a good job of just throwing you into chaos and just taking you on a trip through New York, but on absolutely another level. So definitely a great show. I would rate this a B+, low key.
It's underrated. I think it's really underrated. Honestly, it's acquired. It's like I said, it's acquired.
That's why I give it a B+. Because A is like anyone would like that. B+ is like you know what I mean. It's acquired.
Okay. Some other good Studio Bones animes that I just want to mention that are pretty good. Darker Than Black, solid series. I think it's a pretty good B+ type of anime to watch. Go check that one out. Chaika the Coffin Princess. This is a solid anime. I think this is a good watch. It's like it has a little bit of everything: adventure, romance, all that. I think another solid B anime. Nothing too crazy, but it's definitely gonna keep you going. It'll give you a nice journey and give you something to watch. And then finally, Carol and Tuesday. I'm not gonna lie, this is like this could have been better, but I say it's like a C+ type of anime. A lot of singing, pretty good story midway through, but it's a Netflix show, so at the end it kind of does Netflix things. But overall, I think the songs are great, so that's definitely worth a C+, if not a B. So those are some other animes you can check out. These are the animes for Studio Bones. This is truly a studio that does nothing but underrated gems, just simply not talked about, but are fire and quality, well made. Like, honestly, Studio Bones is a consistently great anime, makes nothing but underrated fire ass gems, and you can't tell me anything different. Make sure you leave a like, you comment, and subscribe. We are finally at 300 subscribers. We are on the way to trying to get monetized. Let it happen. Subscribe if you fuck with the video. Share with a friend. Talk shit in the comment section. I don't really care. Comment down below. MC Podcast signing out. Say Medical Culture, people. Peace.
Yeah, deuces.
チラチラリススススススススススス